take the camper and see if we can get it set up. And I may have to ask you to find somebody to cover the net in the morning, because I'll probably be down there, and I don't have anything set up to try to do it. But anyway, how you doing? N4LQ, WA4LLR.
KO4SSY, good morning, Dave. I can't hear you. You at the camper?
Nope, I'm at the house. Go ahead, Steve, and give it over to Billy.
It's WB4NKL2.
Yeah, I heard you, Cliff, and Billy. N4LQ, and that's fine. I can take care of that. Or, alternatively, you can come over here and do it. Whatever you want to do, Dave. But, yeah, I'll just go ahead and put myself down. I'm always putting myself down for tomorrow. So, good morning, Cliff, and then Billy, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4NKL. A little bit down the band, but it's heading in the right direction. Good morning to everybody. Boy, we had a storm come through right in that time yesterday. I didn't get to make it, Steve. It was right in the middle of it here, and I come out about the time everybody was finishing up and hooked the antenna up. So I don't know, our rain gauge messed up, or Linda threw it away. Something happened to it. I don't know how much rain we got. We must have got over an inch. We come down. All right, Billy, you copying this morning? KO4SSY instead of B4NKL.
Yeah, I had to adjust a little bit. Had the guys on 90 or whatever on code receiver, so I had to adjust a little bit. I was barely hearing Dave, and now everybody was coming in fine, but I don't know really where to get it, so I wish it would have done a little bit down here. Well, it's cooled off anyway, so I don't guess this darn rain will get much more of it than the grass grows another 10 inches, and I've got plenty of grass to mow, so I wish it'd slow down on that part. So anyways, whoever gets it, pick it up, and I'll keep a list of whoever comes in mind, either this time or next time or whenever. So good morning to all.
All right, KO4SSY in the group, WA4LLR. Any other early birds ready to come in?
Me. Hang on just a second. Let me adjust this carrier down. There, that's more better. WD4OUM.
All right, we got Terry. Anybody else? Well, go ahead, Terry, and give it back to me.
WD4OUM. Well, good morning, everybody. Well, looks like we got about 0.44 inches of rain there yesterday. And it did cool everything off a wee bit. But it'll probably be right back up there today. So, oh well. Anyway, on over to you, Uncle Dave. I'm just checking this thing out, see if it's going to work. WA4LLR, WD4OUM.
All right. WD4OUM and the group, WA4LLR. Real good. Well, let's see. We got, here at the house, we got 0.33 inches yesterday afternoon. I think we got more than that in Shelby, but I don't know. We didn't get down to the fairgrounds till about, what was it, right at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And we were just in front of the storm all the way down. So we got down there and dropped the trailer and got one of the tents set up. And we had the frame of the other one laid out when the storm caught up with us. So we had to close the trailer back up, and we waited for a while, and it started to slack a little bit. We said, I don't know. I think let's go eat supper. So it was me and Irvina and Don and Randy, K4ZBX. So we gave it up at that point. Went over to Golden Corral, ate, shot the breeze for a while, and talked about Hamfest past. Had a lot of laughs and then headed back. But gonna get the camper hooked up here in a little bit, load up some more junk, and head back down. I think it's supposed to pretty much duplicate what it did yesterday again today, but we'll try to get stuff done between storms. But anyway, I hate to dump that off on you, Steve, but we'll ask you for the favor of picking it up this time, and I appreciate it. So I'm on the old ART-13 this morning. It was cold and it's drifting down a bit, so it started a little high, and it ought to be in about 20 minutes. It ought to be on frequency. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
Okay, K4YBC and KO4RCL. I think I got it right. Good morning, Chad, and good morning, Cuz. Boy, I just got up. Looks like it's going to be the same today as it was yesterday. Yeah, we got 0.5 inches yesterday on the gauge, and they're saying 0.47 today, starting about 2 o'clock, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, something like that. Looks like a great day, but it's only going to be 81, so that's in our favor. ART-13 sounds good, and I'm on the AF-68 this morning. Yeah, we had a good net. Missed you, Cliff. And I'm not sure exactly what to do. Do I turn it over to the guy that checked in, or do I just go ahead and turn it over to the next guy on the list? What's the what's the rule on that? Go ahead, Cliff. WB4NKL, N4LQ.
November 4, Echo Delta Queen.
You turned it. All the check-ins you had to the end of the list, Steve. So you did right. I heard John W4JPL, maybe somebody else. Yeah, that sounds better on the temperature over there. It's showing, I was looking at the forecast here, they're showing mostly low 80s, but it's supposed to peak out to 83 here for a little while. And more rain coming in about 6 tonight. So here after today, it looks like no more rain for a while. So, and then let's get some cool nights there on in the week there in the low 60s. That's a pretty good ordeal, Dave, all those trips down to Shelby. I don't guess you had to do the Sunday rush, though. I met up with Gene over at Irwin yesterday. He was on his way back from the land grab. He got down there at I think he said 1 o'clock, or he was third in line anyway, and he got his regular spaces, and I met him over there and got my ticket to get in, my space ticket. And I have somehow misplaced my Shelby, the regular ticket. Mark bought me one over at Waynesville, and I stuck it in my billfold, and I got to looking for it yesterday. I was going to put that space ticket with it. And I can't find it, so I guess I'll have to buy another one when I get down there. I don't know. I can't imagine what would have happened to it. Only other place I thought I might have put it was in the car, so I'd have it. But I looked through the car and couldn't find it, so I think it's a goner. Good morning to Cuz and Billy. Let's see, John, and let's see who else jumped in there. Cuz and Terry. Enjoyed the meal over there with Terry Friday. And good fish. Enjoyed it. Go ahead, Billy. KO4 SSY SWB4 NKL.
November 4, Echo Delta, Quebec.
Right, November 4, Echo Delta, Quebec. We'll get you in on the list. I think you'll come right under JPL. So that's a little bit down the line yet. But good to hear you come in this morning. I'll look you call up. Cliff and them probably knows it, but I don't. So, anyways, yeah, we didn't get no rain here. Had a lot of static. I don't know where you yahoos was last night. Me and Greg talked for a while, right around 9 o'clock. Steve said, I come in there around 9 o'clock and there ain't never nobody there. And about 9:15, I said, all right, I'm going to bed. So I checked out. And anywho, y'all have getting all that rain. You just keep it up there. Now, we're supposed to get it today. It's looking like later on this evening it's supposed to rain all night long. So I need to get around this morning and start trying to get some of this stuff loaded in the, I don't know if I'll load this stuff in the belly of the RV and drag the trailer and put the side by side in it so I got a way to run around, or do they allow the side by sides up there or what? They may not even allow them, I don't know. So WD4OUM to pick it up, and it's KN4RCL on Chad there. Steve. WD4OUM to pick it up, KO4SY.
WD4OUM. Uncle Dave, who comes after me?
Cuz?
Who?
Oh, who comes after you? YBC, then RCL, JPL, and then EDQ.
Okie dokie. They all got me confused. Of course, that ain't hard to do. But anyway, good morning, you fellas. EDQ, where in the world you been? You fussed and went on about Blue Ridge down there costing you all that money to put that tower up. And then, as soon as you got it approved and everything, you ain't heard nothing out of you. Oh, well. Anyway. Cliff, my weather fork, well, I ain't looked at it this morning, but I was looking at it there last night on the computer, and it showed rain all day long tomorrow. Starting sometime tonight and all day long tomorrow. But I ain't looked at it today, you know how that goes. But anyway, well, and Cliff, I think I've got your Shelby ticket. I don't really want it, but I thought I'd sell it. Give me $1 or two. Yeah, fellas, you ought to see old Cliff eating that fish and shrimp down there. He reaches over in Linda's plate and grabs hers and gnaws on it. One of these days he's going to reach over and come back about a hand short. Anyway, K4YBC, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, K4YBC. Okay, well, good morning, everybody. It's kind of cloudy and overcast and rainy looking over here. Yeah, we got some storms yesterday. Most of the first part of the day was really nice, and then I could look back into the northwest there, and man, it was black as a black hole of Calcutta. About 3 o'clock we got some storms, and then they just went around and around and around, and about 5:30 or 6 it opened up again, got some good rain out of that, and I think it's rained off and on all night, but anyway, it's getting awful dry over here, and we needed rain, that's for sure. So I don't have much here, so I'll just keep it going. KN4RCL, take it. K4YBC.
KN4RCL. Let me just my estate go and get it back down there. Like it's Santana is a little bit wet this morning. Just about how much rain did we get last night, Dave? I don't have no rain gauge, but it felt good this morning when I went out there. I don't know what the temperature is exactly, but it feels 60-ish. So, feels pretty good. I was looking this weekend about that Maui incident, and looks like it was started by lasers that the government, it could be the United States government, it could be the Chinese government, and I ain't figured out which one yet. But they said Mountain Dew might be behind it too, because Mountain Dew come out with a new drink called the Mountain Dew Maui Blast. So I have one of them personally. It was a pretty good drink, and they say Mountain Dew's behind it. As far as in Maui. So Brandon, what do you know about all that? You're a Mountain Dew man. KN4RCL. Go ahead. Just plain Loney.
Okay. Well, good morning, one and all. W4JPL down here in cloudy Liberty, North Carolina. We got some rain last night, and it's still 75 degrees out, so it's not as cool as I'd like, but it looks like it's going to get cooler. If I need you to get back with me on those 390s, looks like I'll be bringing 4 to Shelby now, but that's okay. So that's about what's going on here. I'm going to keep it going round and round. N4ED2 in a group, W4JPL.
WK4. Go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, QSL, thank you very much. This is N4EDQ. I have not had this rig on for quite a while, and yeah, Terry, I haven't been on the air much. I don't know whether you knew, but I lost my XYL in January, and my kids wanted me to come stay with them for a little while, so I did. But one reason I kind of jumped on this morning, I was wondering if you guys are going to be, well, I'm sure you'll be in Shelby. I'm going to come up to Shelby here Friday. I'll be there Friday, then I got to go over to Charlotte area, visit my sister and brother-in-law in a nursing home. But anyway, Friday I'll be at the Hamfest. I'm just wondering if you guys are going to have a table someplace, or whether the AM guys meet someplace, or just kind of curious. That's kind of what we do in Dalton. Anyway, I'm on my 101WE that has not been running for quite a while. Hope it's working with the FL2100B amplifier. And yes, I did get the tower up. The city had to pay the fine. They paid the lawyer fees and everything else. They lost. So we got that done. But with the XYL and everything going on, I've been going out of town quite a bit to kind of change my brain thoughts. So, with that, let me get, I'm on a rotation here, so I don't know who gets it, but I think it goes to Dave, W84LLR. If not Dave, you can correct me. Good to be in here with you guys. WD4LLR, N4EDQ. W84LLR, N4EDQ.
Okay, Henry. Good to hear you. It goes to Rick, and then it comes back up to me. Go ahead, Rick.
Having terrible time clearing my throat up this morning. WK4R. Good morning, everybody. Which may not be that many yet. I don't know. We had rain yesterday. I don't know if there's a day we hadn't had rain. Maybe there was. I'll let Dave explain that to me, or Cuz, if he shows up. He might be here. Not much to say yet, so WA4LLR, WK4.
All right, do we have anybody else that would like to come aboard? Come now. All right, I guess that's got us for the moment. WK4R and the group, WA4LLR. Henry, in answer to your question, we'll have a meeting place there at Shelby. I'm going to be set up in the first 3 outdoor dealer spaces. If you remember how Shelby's laid out, when you come in, if you go down into the flea market area, there is a little concession stand that's shaped like a Shriner's hat. We're straight across the road from that. We'll be in spaces 1, 2, 3 of the outdoor dealer space. That's the first row of the lower flea market when you come into it. And I'll try to have some banners set up. One of them will say Over the Hill Gang, and the other one will probably say Hillbilly Traders. So a couple of the long gray tents. I'll have a little white casita camper there beside them. But that's where we usually get together. Look for the Over the Hill Gang banner and those first 3 spaces there in the flea market, the outside dealer space. So, look forward to seeing you on Friday. And Cliff, sounds like Terry may have cornered your ticket there. That's a good thing. Maybe you won't have to buy another one. John, good morning to you. Good morning, Chad and Dave. Rick, we've got 10 in here right now. Dave has been in here a while, so you're just a latecomer. Anyhow, let's see. Pretty much the same conditions here that everybody else got, about 65, 66 degrees and cloudy with some fog in the valley. And Henry, the Yaesu sounds good. Sounds real good. I'm running an old ART-13 this morning and receiving on an HRO 50T1. So, good size group. We'll pass it back around. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, N4LQ. Yeah, a big, wonderful group this morning. I got over there about 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and we all sat around and shot the bull for a couple hours, and then they let us in, and they let us drive in. It used to be they'd take us in a tractor-towed buggy, but now they just say, jump in your cars and take off. Boy, I tell you, it was a scramble. It reminded me of the Mad World movie. Cars were taking shortcuts, going different directions and crossing over and dashing down through the field and ripping up flags. I tell you, it was bedlam. And I guess we got about 40 or close to 40 spots, and for the AEM group now, or the boat anchor group, I guess you'd call it. Boat anchor group. It'll be down. Henry, nice to meet you. That group will be down by the restrooms in the loop, and it kind of goes around the very far end of the loop down by the restrooms. So you'll see all the boat anchors down there. But usually at Shelby you see boat anchors everywhere. So it's going to be a boat anchor ham fest. But yeah, sorry to hear you lost your ticket there. Who was that? Billy? Huh, and you lost your ticket. I got my ticket in the mail, and that's the smallest thing. That little stub they sent was about like a postage stamp. Oh, Cliff, you lost yours, yeah. So that thing was real little. I'm hoping I don't lose it, but it's in there with my credit cards. And Chad, okay on the Mountain Dew. I didn't know there was a Maui Mountain Dew. I'll have to check that out. And I watched a video last night about that, and these guys were standing in a little lot that had been covered with grass, and there were two cars sitting in the middle, and the cars were burnt, and they were showing the houses all the way around them were totally untouched. Nothing wrong with them at all. And that field, the grass had burned in that field, but those two cars got hit and with something, and the aluminum had melted and run across the field from the wheels of those cars. The wheels were virtually gone, and there was just blobs of aluminum around where they had melted. And I think aluminum melts at 1,300 degrees, and they opened the hood, and the engine block was partially melted, and it was aluminum also. And the hood had been closed, and they were sitting there in this field, and just the grass was there to ignite the cars, and of course the cars were gutted inside. And they said, what could have caused this? They couldn't figure it out. So there you go. Go ahead and take it, Cliff. WB4NKL, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4NKL. Okay, Steve. Yeah, I remember that little ticket being small. Like I say, Mark had picked me one up at Waynesville, and I said, I'll put it here in my billfold, and I'll have it. So evidently I pulled a credit card out or something and drug it out, and I've lost it somewhere. So I'll tell that story to, if Steen's down there at the gate, I'll tell that story to him. He might give me one, but if not, I'll just buy another one. I got Mark to back me up on it. And the ticket's in there somewhere. He put my name, he filled out the ticket, put it in the drum, so even if I have to buy another ticket, I'll have two chances at the drawing, I guess. John, I talked to Mark, and he says okay on the go ahead on the 390, and I want to talk to you. I'll try to give you a call after a while. There's something else I want you to look for, and I'll call you about it. And I haven't talked to Don, but I'm almost positive will still want one. Dave might know for sure, or can get a hold of him pretty quick. Don's a little hard to get a hold of. He's got bad cell service and uses internet phone, and I don't know. He like I say, he's hard to get a hold of for me. Terry, you're right on the rain. I brought that forecast up again. I guess I was looking at it wrong, but it's showing rain all day tomorrow, and after tomorrow it's cleared up for here the rest of the week, and a little bit cooler temperatures too. Dave, the ART-13, I'm going to vote on that being your best sounding best sounding rig. Sounds great over here to me. Just great audio. And good morning to Rick and Henry. Henry, I'll be set up down right next to the restrooms, right adjacent to them. There'll be a row of tents, or a chain of tents, about 5 or 6 or 5, I think, put together, or covers about 5 spots. And a friend of mine sets that up, and I usually get in there with him. But we're all pretty close there in the flea market. Steve's boat anchor group starts right there also. So go ahead, Billy. KO4 SSY, WB4NKL.
Alrighty, mighty fine. WB4NKL, KO4SSY returning. And Henry, we have talked. I just didn't remember that call for some reason. And we ain't very far apart at all. Maybe 15, 18 miles. So, I'm sitting here just past the hot spot on the left going into town when you come off. May have to try to drag a car or have her to drive a car or something like that. I need to go get me a tow dolly to put behind this thing. And I've been looking at them. I just hadn't done it yet. And then oh well, it don't matter. WD4OUM KO4SSY.
WD4OUM. Well, if you learn how to play nice with others, they wouldn't put you out by yourself, Billy Bob. But oh well. Oh yeah, Cliff, don't forget to take Billy Bob's microphone to him. Anyway, Henry, I've talked to you since your wife passed, and again, you got my deepest condolences, bud. And I hope everything is going better for you now. And Henry, I ain't going to Shelby. I'll be here in beautiful downtown Burbank. You're welcome to stop by any time. So there you go. Don't look for me over there. I ain't going to be there. So, oh me, oh my. And I've told you fellas, the United States government thereof ain't got nothing to do with all this conspiracy stuff. It's Martians, or Plutonians, or Utopians, or something like that. They're invading Earth. So that's what it is. And let me see here. Yeah, that's about it. K4YBC, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, K4YBC. Okay, Terry. Well, Terry, I'll just put it this way. I wouldn't put nothing, absolutely nothing, past our government. I really wouldn't. But that's just my 2 cents worth. I wouldn't. wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw a Mount Mitchell across the United States. Oh well, I won't get into that one. Good morning to you, Henry. Sounding good. I believe you're in Blue Ridge, Georgia, somewhere. Good to hear you, sir. Got a great signal. My name's Dave. I was here in Lenore, North Carolina. And we're on the Ross Box FT1000. Driving 3 572s at about 100 watts. So that's the story on that. Looking forward to seeing everybody down in Shelby. And just hope the weather's nice. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, gentlemen. It's been nice, and everybody have a great day. And we'll look for you again in the morning. And yeah, Rick, we got some rain. We sure did. Got to check out my new gutter pumps the new gutters we put up, and they seem to work okay. So happy about that. KN4RC, I'll take it. K4YBC clear, but I'll be listening here for a few. Go ahead, Chad.
KN4RCL in the group. I was just looking here about the tropical storm Ida, and supposed to be off the coast of North Carolina Thursday, I believe. So it shouldn't affect us, I don't think, for the weekend. Of course, they don't really know which way it's going to go. Either it's going to go up through Myrtle Beach, or it's going to come up through Georgia. And I guess that will kind of affect the Shelby weather, for this weather this early part of the week, because by Friday it should be well out in the Atlantic. So Henley, I believe we talked before, and this is the usual crowd of characters that you said you used to talk to. We've added a few since then. A few more people have retired, and including myself, Cliff, and probably Billy, I'd say. KN4RCL, go ahead, John, and see what's going on now in Liberty.
Alrighty, KN4RCL in the group, W4JPL, fine business, everybody. Copy on Henry's a little light. I don't know if he can hear me or not. But conditions are certainly better this morning than they were last night. I checked in the old friends net, and man, it was static aplenty. Rick, I wonder if you were aware of a train gauge called, it's either T gauge or T scale. I think it's T gauge. I ran over that, and those cars are half the size of Z scale. I don't know if you've got any knowledge of that or not, but it's fascinating. I want to buy it, but man, they are really proud of the starter set. It's like $300 or something for a little tiny set. But to build something that small, that intricate, fascinates me. Other than that, like I said, 76 degrees already, and I'm just down here fussing with a project and talking to you boys in the morning. N4EDQ and the group W4JPL.
Yeah, W4JPL, I guess. I think I got the call sign right. Yeah, you're a little bit low over here in Blue Ridge, Georgia. And I'm actually listening on a Hammerlin to HQ180A. Let me turn this thing down a little. I don't want to blow my 572s. There we go. And get right on frequency. And a little bit off. There we go. That's better. Alrighty. Well, very good. Well, I'm glad to be in here with you guys. And yeah, Dave, the YBC, you sound good on that Rice Box. That 1000 sounds really good. I use my FTDX 5000 and 2000 on AM once in a while, but I got this 101EE that I restored with the FL2100B and the Hammerlin, and I like to cook that one once in a while, especially here on AM. This one sits on AM. It's almost like Rockbound, but it's not. It's got a DFO, but I never even moved the dial. I very seldom have to retune this little puppy. And let's see what else. Chad, you sounded good. And Rick, you guys are banging in right now. So I'm going to make this my last one. And I'll be in here maybe on Wednesday morning. You might want to tell me what guys you start. I thought you guys started at 8 o'clock. And from the looks of it, we changed time. So maybe that's what happened a couple times when I came in. And I thought it was the other group that I used to hang out with quite a bit, but for some reason, earlier sometimes the band gets a little bit flaky. Anyway, I'm going to give it over there to Rick. And Rick, maybe you could tell me what the new time frame is. Maybe since we changed times or something, everything changed, and my old memory isn't what it used to be, but Terry, I'm doing a lot better. I got used to it, and thank God for you guys and all my other radio buddies. The ham radio has helped me a lot, and I'm doing a little bit more getting out of the house, so that works for me. WK4R and for EDQ. I'm going to say 73s, guys, and Rick, you take care. Billy and Chad and Terry and Dave and whoever else, and for LOQ, I believe I might have worked you once before. Or LQ, but if not, very good morning to you guys too. And for EQ, over there to you, Rick, and have a great morning, fellas. I'll be listening out.
Okay, Henry. Good to hear you again. WK4R. Let's see. Good morning again to everybody. The times. Oh, well, technically, I think we have an official start time of 8 o'clock. Some people wander in here early once the other net before us shuts down, and then we go till whenever we quit, which could be anywhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. So mostly 8:45 to 9, I reckon. But I'm gonna say 8 o'clock start time. Steve, I've enjoyed the YouTubes. I've got to watch some of them. Also, Steve, I heard part of what you're talking about on the Hawaii deal, which probably defied all odds, but as you well know, I'm sure the temperatures needed to melt aluminum, like that usually takes an accelerant, just like glass melts at 1200. Aluminum at 13 and all that. When I was working, if we had glass melted out of a car or whatever, we got to asking serious questions and looking around, because that don't normally happen in a car unless you got extra stuff, and sometimes they try to help them along occasionally to burn. I know it's hard to believe, but jeez, people just still amaze me. John, T-Gauge. Yes, I've seen it. I've been looking for a set. I quit looking for a while now. Now that you've reminded me, I should thank you for that, I guess. But they're not cheap. Because you have to buy a whole set ballot, and then you got to figure out what kind of track you want and all that, because
I think they stick to the track by magnetism. They don't do like regular trains. They do things different. And I guess they're so small it would have to be magnetism for them to run. But if you see, I found a good website one time, and now I've promptly lost it. So I'd like to find it again. I need to look for it again. That might be something to think about between now and the end of the year. Mount one on a small board or something. But anyway, whose turn is it? WA4 LLR. And I forgot what the scale that was. Was it one? I think it's 1/400, 1/440, 1/400. I think. WA4 LLR, WK4.
Okay. WK4R and the group, WA4LR, 7-3 to Dave, 7-3 to Henry. Henry, sure is good to hear you come back and be with us, and you were talking about the net time. It's usually kind of dependent on when the other group finishes, but anywhere from 7:30 on, there's usually somebody out of this bunch in here. And it usually goes, like Rick said, to 8:30, 8:45, sometimes 9 o'clock, depending on how long-winded we get. But, you can start listing from 7:30 on. As the days shorten, it might move back up towards 8 o'clock because the band will be longer and the other group may be in there later. Let's see. John. Don does want a 390. So if you'd add that to the list, brother. So Don does want one. Terry, listen, if the aliens were invading, the mothership would land in Burbank because you're the head alien and they would have to come and check with you. You've been their representative or undercover agent on this planet for a long time, so, they would start. They'd start in Burbank, pick you up, and then move on from there. And Cliff, thanks for the report on the ART-13. I'll have to tell Buddy that his handiwork is well appreciated. Let's see. I think that's about it. That's all the notes I've got anyway. I've got to try to... Lee called me yesterday or day before, can't remember now, wanting me to see if I could help him find a tuning knob for a AF68, and he said the one on the junker that I gave him didn't have the insert and the set screw in it. So I'm going to try to keep my eyes open for that. If one of you fellas happen to see a good-looking main tuning knob for F68, grab it or let me know or something. All right, we'll go back around again. N4LQ, let's see, and Terry, you give it to Chad, and John, you'll give it to Rick. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, N4LQ. Sitting here looking at a main tuning knob on an AF68, but it's on the AF68, and it's going to stay there. Hey, I got a call yesterday from Lee, too, about that knob. He's really looking for it. He said he picked up that rig, and all the knobs fell off. and then he looked, and there wasn't any insert in the... I took mine off and looked at it for him, and I told him, I said, there's a brass insert in there to reduce it because that shaft on that VFO is tiny. So I don't know how they even got that thing out. I don't know why somebody would have done that unless they were trying to rebuild another knob. That's kind of weird. Yeah, Dave, I was thinking maybe that what would help your advertising there at Shelby is one of those inflatable dancing men that, stick man things that dances, and get one about 40 feet tall and with a big blower on it and let him dance out there. That'd be cool. I saw one the other day over there at the Nissan dealership, but I just sure didn't see any customers. That place has got was it 400 indictments against him for all kinds of fraud. And it's a shame too. That's the biggest Nissan dealership they say between here and the East Coast of North Carolina, here in Shelby. They built that thing a few years ago, and it is a multi-million-dollar monstrosity of a dealership. And I don't think they could sell much of anything now. Let's see. I wanted to mention this to Cliff because we talked about asymmetrical modulation and stuff before, and this AF68, my modulation was kind of puny. It was only about I was doing good to get 100% out of it, and the negative was right up there with it. And if I went any higher on the gain, it would pop up, the negative would just be distorted. So I opened her up and reversed the leads from the secondary of the driver transformer, put it back together, and lo and behold, now my modulation is kicking up to 130, right there's 130% and positive, and the negative is down around 96, 98, something like that. And I listened to myself, and I had more low ends, and it was a lot more clear. So that really made a difference, just flopping the leads on that driver transformer. Could have done the same thing on the grids or the plates of the plates of the modulator tubes. They don't have plate caps though, so that was a little desoldering involved there, and the wires were too short, so I just did it on the driver. You can do it anywhere along the chain, but some of us folks have asymmetrical modulation. I think most people do, and it varies from person to person, and that's how you compensate for it. So with that, the weather report for this coming weekend, which is really important, looks really good. It's partly cloudy on Friday, 77 degrees, and 57 in the morning, and Saturday 58 in the morning and a high of 81 and sunny. So that is just peachy. WB4NKL, N4LQ.
N4LQ, it's WB4NKL. That's about as good as it gets. Usually a lot warmer than that down at Shelby. So for the Hamfest weekend, a good deal on the modulation, Steve. That's something usually in a rig that's got plate caps like the Valiant and bigger stuff. That's one thing I usually try to do, swap them around and see which way it looks the best. You'd think they would have put a phase switch on the transmitter. That would have been something good to have, was a little switch on the panel to switch the phase reversal switch. I've noticed that too on a lot of rigs. It's hard to get 100% without really knocking the bottom out of it on the negative modulation. And my Johnson 500, I need to pull I noticed it's doing that. I need to pull the cage off and swap the plate caps on the 811s. Some transmitters, I guess it's just right when you start talking. But you're right, I guess you could reverse. If the microphone was not a ground or something, I guess you could reverse it all the way back to the microphone and still do the same thing. I'm going to get out and get started on my walk. I went yesterday over to Unicoi and walked up to the fire tower over there, a 10-mile walk, and met Gene back down in Irwin, picked that ticket up. I guess today I'll just go back around my Davy Crockett loop here. I call it the Davy Crockett loop because we go by the park on the walk. and get started before it gets any warmer. Enjoyed it this morning, say 73s, and try to catch everybody in the morning. If not later on today, you'll probably be listening here later on today. Go ahead, Billy. KO4 SSY, WB4NKL.
Yeah, righty, Cliff. WB4NKL, KO4 SSY returning on 73s. Have a good walk. I sure would like to be doing some before I go to North Dakota and start doing all that trasping around up there, but this darn knee hurts so darn much. I'm afraid to, really. I don't know. I got to do something, though. I need to get my stamina up a little bit before I go out there. Some of them walks are pretty, that one hole we walk into Hunt's pretty, it's at least a half a mile in. Going in ain't too awfully bad because you're kind of walking downhill, but when you're toting a huge bag of decoys and a seat and a gun and shells and mojos and you're packing a lot of weight with you, it kind of gets tough on an old fat boy like me. And anyway, Rick, I kind of let it slide around a couple times without covering it, but if you wasn't so lazy and get up in the morning, wasn't so sleepy-headed, you wouldn't be stuck in that hind tit number 10. And wondering who all's in there, you know, but no, you can't get the sleep out of your eyes. WD4OUM, KO4SSY.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Anyway, WD4OUM. Uncle Dave, now I can neither confirm nor deny the presence or the existence of the mothership popping down here in Burbank. So, there. That's my news release for the day. So, there you go. And Rick, are you going to crow when it gets around to you? You know you done that cock-a-doodle-doo and little strut over in the parking lot, so you know you ain't crowed none. You've calmed down since then. Oh well. KN4RCL. WD4OUM. KN4RCL. Rick, you want Terry calling you every morning and doing that cock-a-doodle-doo? It'll help you if you can get in here. And, oh, I know what happened to Quest Ticket. Amber and Don must have ate it on Fine Figure because when we went over there to eat at Waynesville, there was food flying every which way. Here's a garbage disposal. So, quite possibly that could have been what happened to Quest Ticket. And if you and Don, Dave, went down there to eat at the Golden Corral, he just may have put on my business. It's just knowing that if they'll take the loss or not. KN4RCL, go ahead, John.
Okay, KN4RC on the group. W4JPL in Cloudy, Liberty, North Carolina. 76 degrees already. So it are getting warmer. We had some rain last night. I don't know how much. I haven't looked. But I know we had a little bit of thunderstorm activity, but none of it was really close. But it must have rained after I finally fell asleep. Rick, I don't know what the scale is, you know, what the actual scale classification is on that. I was fascinated because they managed to cram a locomotive, a working locomotive, into such a tiny gidget. It's like a fine watch. If that goes bad, don't try to fix that yourself unless you got a microscope or something. But yeah, they're magnetic too, so those trains get held down. A guy was, where I saw it on the YouTube video, he's holding that thing at 45 degrees and the train was still running up and down, all happy and everything. Fellas, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go walking with Maggie, and we got lots to get done today. I'm so glad I'm retired. I got nothing to do, right? I've always got something to do. 73, God bless. Have a great day, fellas. I'll be listening for a couple minutes. WK4R, W4JPL.
WK4. John, there was a guy somewhere, can't remember who he was. He was a jeweler who built a 1/2000th scale train set inside of a, what was it inside of? It was small. I'm sure there's probably a YouTube on it or something, but it's the smallest one anybody's seen to my knowledge. And Billy, for your information, I had already done another net before I come in here while you were sleeping to get up for this one. And Terry, I guess if things get too rowdy for me, I'll have to waste gas to go down to Murphy, so he'll have another excuse. I don't know. Anyway, I got to get out of here. Wife's been kind of puny, so she's getting better. And get some things ready around here and get ready for it to rain again this afternoon, I think. So everybody have a good day, and I'll say 73, but I'll listen here as long as I can. WA4LR, WK4R clear.
All right, Rick, fine business. WK4R, WA4LR. John, I'll say it again, Don does want a 390, so add that to your stack if you would. And I got to go too, fellas. I got to get this show on the road. But I've enjoyed it. I may not be back in this week, but I'll probably listen some. If I don't get something up working down there, I'll probably listen on Brandon's SDR. But I hope to see all of you down there, but our resident alien. And Terry, if when I finally get back on the air, if you're missing, we'll know the mothership came. Everybody have a great day. 7-3, God bless, and Lord willing, we'll see you when we see you. N4LQ, WA4LR.
N4LQ. Yeah, Dave, if you need some help with an antenna, getting on the air or something, let me know. I'm just 2 miles away, and I've got a InFed half-wave sitting here I could help you with. So give me a call. If you need my phone number, let me know. And we'll go ahead and sign out here this morning and listen for a while. And over to Billy, KO4SSY, N4LQ.
If you don't care, Steve, let me have your phone number. If you don't want to put it on the air, just email it to me or something. Over.
Yeah, it's 704-724-2519.
704-724-2519.
That's correct.
Thank you, sir. 73 WA4LR.
You want mine?
I've got yours. Go back to sleep.
N4LQ, KO4SSY returning. And Rick, the main thing between here and there, besides Asheville and all that stupidity over there, is fear and atmosphere. Remember that. F and A. Fear and atmosphere. So come on, big boy. I'll be ready when you get here. Need my address? Huh? I'll give it to you. It is 5290 U.S. Highway 64 West, Murphy, North Carolina. I'll be right here waiting on you. Load up and come on. He's a roof, roof, roof. Bark, 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 bite, 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 no bite. Yeah. I'm going to say 7 trees and let you put the ribbon on it. You and Chadwick, I think, still here, Terry. So, good Lord willing, Ben breaks Terry. We'll catch you in the morning, maybe some of you this afternoon, if you show up. WD4OUM, K04, SSY 73.
Now, Billy Bob, I was a witness right there in the parking lot. You didn't show up. Old Rick was strutting around like a banty rooster or a crow and flapping his wings. So, there you go. Run your mouth again.
I didn't get the memo. Gotta go. 7-3.
Oh, well. See you. Have a good. Anyway. Chad, best thing I can tell you, like I said, I couldn't confirm or deny the mothership making a landing. If it comes in at an angle, you best stay in the house because it might knock you off that hill over there. See you, KN4RCL, WD4OUM.
I guess everything has played out today, and I'll say 73's also. Brandon, if you're listening, they changed the code up there at Mountain Brook, and just text me and I'll text you the code for this quarter or whatever. They changed it every quarter, I think. KN4RCL. Well, I'll see you in the morning. 73.